So the next sequence we're going to talk about is the most foundational sequence in the whole Tai Chi Chuan form. In fact, if you do any reading in the Tai Chi classics, the only sequence in the form that's ever referred to is a sequence called the grasp sparrow's tail these days. In ancient times, it was known, and in the classics, it's known as the original 13 postures of Chen Sun Feng, the founder of Tai Chi. Long around the 13th century, this was all that existed of the Tai Chi Chuan. And it's all based on a foot movement or movement called boat rowing exercise. And so if you put one foot in front of the other, soften your knees a little bit, put your hands on your hips, shift your weight forward, and in the front, let your hands swing forward, pull your weight back to the back foot, bring the hands down to your hips again. And this is again called boat rowing exercise, or technically fisherman rows the boat home at sunset is the full name. It's a lot more poetic than calling it a lunge. And it's the foundation of all the footwork in the Tai Chi Chuan. Let's switch feet, do the other side. Again, this is called boat rowing. And as we go through the form, we're going to be doing some boat rowing exercises to the right side. And then we'll do some boat rowing exercises to the left side. So we'll add that to the preparation sequence that we were working on last time. So if you start feet together, take a slow step to one side, practice touching your toe down anytime you need to steady your balance. Settle your weight down on both feet. Hands up, you down, breathe. Then as you bring the arms up, soften your weight, soften your knees, sink your weight down a little bit. Then lion plays with the ball. Turn to your right. And back to the left is ward off left. That's the preparation sequence. Then turn to your right, and the boat rowing sequence, do some boat rowing, and that turns into the original 13 postures of Chen Sun Feng. It's actually 3 movements. The first time you come forward, bring your right arm up in a movement called ward off, like warding off danger, and then roll back. Second time you come forward, brace your hands together and press, roll back, and push. So I'll do that again. Those 3 movements are called the grasp sparrow's tail these days, or the original 13 postures. You do ward off, roll back, press, roll back, and push. Now on the ward-off movement, the Tai Chi principles take over in that the arm must be relaxed and yet extended at the same time. So extended enough to be strong and be able to ward off danger, and at the same time relaxed enough to be responsive to whatever the opponent is doing. I'm going to face the other way now, so when I say turn right, turn left makes a little bit more sense, and let you see it the way you would see it if you were working behind a teacher. And so if I start with my feet together, I'm going to take a slow step to one side, touch your toe down anytime you need. Breathe in as you bring the arms up, your hands up, you down. Lion plays with the ball, turn to your right, and then turn back to the left for ward off left. So that's the preparation sequence. Then turn to your right, and the grasp sparrow's tail, 3 movements. Ward off, roll back, brace your hands together and press, roll back, and push. In ancient times, you would then turn around and do the same thing on the other side. So you do ward off, roll back, press, and push. Face front. And so that's the original Tai Chi form as it existed around the middle of the 13th century, or around the time that Christopher Columbus was sailing to America. We head into a sequence called the Long River Boxing. And we'll go over that in the next lesson. If we add another little sequence in there that forms a little short form called long boxing or long river boxing. That's long before the form was ever called Tai Chi Chuan. And so that'll be our next lesson. Thank you.